In the summer of 1992, police in Angarsk, a city in Siberia, Russia, received a call from a man in a panic after discovering a body in the forest. Upon arriving at the scene, the police found the naked body of a young woman, but there were no useful clues to identify the perpetrator. According to reports, from 1992 to 2000, dozens of murders occurred across Angarsk, Vladivostok, and Irkutsk. The victims were women aged 16 to 40, showing signs of sexual violence. Causes of death included being beaten with knives, axes, hammers, screwdrivers, and baseball bats. Some victims' bodies bore bite marks, which led the media to nickname this serial killer the Werewolf, the Madman of Angarsk, and the Wednesday Killer, since many bodies were found on Wednesdays. The police formed a special task force to track down this criminal. His DNA was collected from the victims, but there were no matches in the database. In 2000, the werewolf murders suddenly stopped. The investigations also stalled. 2 years later, when the case was reopened, the police noticed a common detail at many crime scenes: tire tracks from a Lada 4x4. This vehicle was used by the police, raising suspicion that the serial killer could be someone within law enforcement. From this hypothesis, and with the aid of forensic science, 3,500 officers and former police in the affected areas were required to undergo DNA testing. This screening led to a breakthrough in 2012, when a sample matched the DNA left by the killer at the crime scene. It was Mikhail Popkov, 48, a former police officer who had switched to working as a security guard for an oil and chemical company in 1998. Mikhail was arrested on June 24, 2012, while traveling to Vladivostok to buy a car. He was suspected of murdering at least 29 women between 1992 and 2000. Mikhail confessed to 24 murders and was formally charged on October 31, 2013. Through investigation, it was found that Mikhail Popkov was born in 1964 in the city of Norilsk and moved with his family to Angarsk when he was a child. He joined the police force around the age of 20, married a fellow police officer, and had a daughter. On the surface, Mikhail appeared to have a happy family, with a respected job as a police officer. His wife and daughter considered him the perfect husband and father. Colleagues described him as sociable, passionate about sports, outgoing, and cheerful. According to allegations, Mikhail roamed the streets at night in his uniform and police car, looking for slightly intoxicated young women with fuller figures who had just left a bar or party. Upon spotting a victim, he would approach and offer them a ride. The women accepted, trusting him as a police officer. His choice of murder weapon varied depending on the circumstances, as he used weapons confiscated by the police. In some cases, Mikhail even participated in examining his own crime scenes as a police officer. During interrogation, Mikhail stated that he had to stop killing in 2000 after contracting syphilis from one of his victims. This illness led to impotence, which caused him to lose his desire to kill. After Mikhail was captured, the police faced heavy criticism for overlooking important evidence for many years. In January 1998, Mikhail had been identified by a 15-year-old victim named Svetlana M. She recounted that on the night of January 26th, she accepted a ride from a police officer who then took her to a forested area and smashed her head against a tree. Svetlana was found by locals the following day, severely injured and naked in temperatures below 0 degrees Celsius, but alive. During questioning, Svetlana gave detailed descriptions of her assailant, mentioning his police uniform and vehicle. She identified Mikhail after being shown his photo. However, Mikhail's wife, Elena, provided an alibi for him. The police failed to open a criminal investigation for a long time, despite numerous complaints filed by Svetlana's mother. On October 29, 1998, Tanya Martinova, 20, and Yulia Kuprikova, 19, were found dead by the roadside on the outskirts of Angarsk after attending a concert together. Witnesses reported that Tanya and Yulia had been drinking with friends and were later offered a ride by a police officer. An internal investigation led to Mikhail being suspected once again. However, the police believed Elena, who again provided an alibi for her husband. Former investigator Nikolai Kitaev criticized, "A simple DNA test on this man would have been enough," but the police opted to question Mikhail Popkov's wife, who provided alibis for him twice. Afterward, he became more cautious and continued his horrific crimes. For years, the police suspected the killer worked as a metal worker, driver, railway employee, heating engineer or graveyard worker. It was much later that they realized the murderer was among their own ranks. Criminal experts believe that Mikhail committed more than 24 murders and could be responsible for other unexplained deaths in Vladivostok, a place he frequently visited after leaving the police force. Psychiatrist Alexander Grishin explained, "There are two types of madmen, organized and disorganized. Disorganized madmen are easy to catch. Their crimes are quickly solved. They are mentally ill, living in their own world, avoiding others, and are often messy. Organized madmen, Mikhail Popkov being a prime example, are intellectually capable, well-adjusted to society, and often have families. They find jobs that offer security and allow them to commit crimes at their convenience. Such a madman is hard to catch and even harder to identify, as even police recruitment screenings can fail to detect them. His attraction to intoxicated women may stem from unresolved childhood issues. His mother was known to drink and often abused him. It's possible that during Mikhail's childhood, other intoxicated women also abused him, which impacted his behavior in adulthood and led to these horrific consequences. In January 2015, Mikhail Popkov was convicted of murdering 22 people and sentenced to life imprisonment. In 2017, he confessed to an additional 59 murders. Subsequent investigations confirmed his guilt in 56 of these cases, while 3 could not be verified due to lack of evidence. Mikhail received another life sentence on December 10, 2018. In July 2020, Mikhail admitted to 2 more murders. He is currently held at Black Dolphin Prison, one of Russia's most secure facilities, where he is in solitary confinement for the first 15 years of his sentence. What do you think about today's case? Please leave your comments below so we can discuss it together. Don't forget to support us with a like and subscribe to the channel to motivate our team to bring more dramatic cases. And that concludes today's case. Thank you, dear viewers, for watching. Goodbye, and see you next time.